Want to see what's going on?
So, you don't have to stand behind me because whatever I have on my screen on my laptop is projected on that big monitor over there in front of you. I'm also gonna have JAWS, so it might be better if to close the door to hear JAWS better. But we can try it with it open and see if you guys can hear it, or you want to close it right off. Okay. So I'm gonna turn up JAWS. Is everybody familiar with JAWS in general? Okay, so JAWS is a particular screen reader software program. There are other ones out there. There's one that one of my co-workers uses called NVDA, and I'm so sorry, I don't know what the acronym stands for, I forgot, but that's a free version. It works really well, but it's not as compatible with other programs and software programs as JAWS is. So I'm going to turn up the sound so you can hear him. I call him. And it's kind of funny because JAWS's logo is actually the head of a shark. You know, Jaws, the movie. Yeah, that. So, basically, what JAWS or what your typical screen reader does is read the text on the screen. A couple of points to note is that JAWS cannot read images, like text within an image, it cannot read that. So just that's one thing to keep in mind. Also is that JAWS users or screen reader users in general only can see what is actually the screen reader cursor is focused on. So for example, just try to imagine looking at that web page through a straw. That's the only part that I can see / hear. It's what the JAWS cursor is on. Basically, that little hole that you see through, whatever you see through that hole is what I hear with my screen reader. So that's why it's really important when I talk about these different components on a page. It's what's really important to have these components, because I always love to say people that are disabled were human first, and then we're disabled after that. And what I mean by that is, you know, a person who doesn't have a disability, they want to scan a page. They're trying to be in a hurry to get to a page, to a heading where they can find the information, that search box, so they can hurry and find the information through the search box. We as blind individuals or low vision individuals who use screen readers want the exact same thing. So, any questions before I start to let you hear JAWS?
One question.
Yes.
Is there something analogous for apps, mobile apps, as opposed to websites?
What, I'm sorry, what's your question?
Oh, is for on phones or
Yes,
tablets,
yes.
Is there something that works comparable?
Oh, to like JAWS, you mean, right?
Correct.
To a screen reader. So, very good question. So, after you come, you're done seeing me and some other people go to see Dane's demonstration. His is on an Apple iPhone. I think pretty much all the Apple products have their own built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Thank you.
That's the comparable screen reader on those products. Now, if you go and see Maureen, who will show you her new Braille display laptop device, I believe, I don't know the exact title of it, but she has an iPhone too. She's not going to demonstrate it, but she uses Siri a lot. I have an iPhone too. I just got it recently, so I'm still practicing on it, but I can't use that because I have a speech impediment along with being blind. So me and Siri don't get along very well. She's like, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm like, no, forget it. I'm just trying to learn how to do text messages, and so everybody's like, just, hit that button where you can say what your text message is. Well, I tried that, does not work very well. So, but yes, and then also the Android phone has a screen reader as part of its product, and it's called TalkBack. So there is no JAWS or no NVDA screen readers on those devices because they already have their own. So any other questions before I let you all hear JAWS? Okay, all right.
Welcome to WeCo Accessibility Experts Living with Disabilities.
So, a couple of things to keep in mind. So, you see the title, I think it's in the browser window, the title bar, or whatever it's called. It tells you the title of the page. So I believe it says it's welcome to
WeCo Accessibility Experts Living with Disabilities Internet Explorer.
So if you heard that, it tells me the page title, and also tells me which program I'm in because as an employee of WeCo, I have so many different windows open at a time, and my screen reader tells me the title of the page I'm on and which program I'm in. In this case, it's the web browser Internet Explorer. For this tonight, I have this other window open in Chrome. So I'm gonna look.
University of Advancing Technology, Vertical Bar Technology College, Vertical Bar Google Chrome, University of.
So it tells me the page title of this, and also tells me I'm in Chrome. So this is one of the reasons why page titles are really important to individuals who use screen readers. If it just said about us, and it's at Chrome, okay, about us who? I mean, is this about us from the U of M? Is it about us from the Hennepin County Library? So it's really important to have the page title and then, an indication of what site I'm on. So here we're going to go back to WeCo, to our homepage. And one other thing that we do, I say we as in screen readers, is that when we load a page, I'm going to try to load a page now. What the screen reader does is provide me with information while when it loads the page, so I can get an idea of what's on the page. So I'm going to go to Target. So it tells me what I'm typing in. And I'm typing slow so you guys can you guys hear JAWS okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Enter and available type of text. Welcome to WeCo Accessibility Experts Living with Disabilities. Welcome to WeCo Accessibility Experts Living with Disabilities.
So it's not talking, so I'm going to have it tell me the title to kind of see what's going on because I don't know.
Target : expect more, A less. Tab.
So I believe the page is still.
One region, 19 minutes and 61 links. Skip the name.
So it said one region, I think it said like 16 headings and 100 and something links. So what a region is basically a block or a container that you probably visually see on the screen, but I don't have any indication that there's like a block or some kind of container with a border around it. I don't have any indication that that's there. One way to tell assistive technology that there's something in a what they call a region is for them to code whatever they want the content to be within that container or / region. So it told me some information. It told me how many headings. It told me that there is some kind of content in a region on this page. It also told me how many links. So it kind of gives me an idea what's on the page. Well, screen reader users typically navigate via headings. So that's why it is really important to have headings on a page. I know for the Section 508 standards and the WCAG 2.0 guidelines, it doesn't require you to have headings. Only thing that it says is if you have headings, make sure that they're clear and descriptive so that when a user, again, like a screen reader user, as I mentioned, we only know what we see or what we land on. So that's why it's important to have those headings to be descriptive. And the other thing that it requires, if you have headings, start with a heading 1 and don't skip heading levels. So I'm going to go on this page and I'm going to jump from heading to heading on the page. So I'm going to assume it's going to have a heading 1 because this is what I do when I go to a site.
Home page heading level 1 clickable.
See, so it says home page heading level 1 and it says clickable. I'm going to assume that you click on it, something's supposed to happen, but sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes that is an issue with the way that the page is coded, or sometimes it can be a quirk in the screen reader / and browser that you're on. So, but anyway, so okay, it says a home page. I know what page it's on. I see heading 1. Now there we have what we call shortcut keys for screen readers. And so if I hit the H key, it's going to jump me to the next heading on the page. It doesn't matter what heading level it is. So here we go.
Women's swim heading level 3 clickable.
Can everybody hear that okay? Okay, it said women's swim. So I'm going to assume this is to do with women's swimwear.
Dresses with fresh colors and prints heading level 3 clickable.
So as you can see, these headings are not see, well, see in here. These headings are pretty descriptive. I'm getting a good idea what's going to be under this if I decide to use my down arrow key.
Blank. From mini to maxi length clickable.
If I decide to go to use a down arrow key to read the content, sorry, I will know basically what's going to be under there via the headings.
Go bold and bright with overcomes heading level 3 click. Create the perfect outdoor patio space heading
Okay,
level.
so then I can also jump from heading to heading by levels. So I'm going to see if there's any more heading level 1s.
No more headings at level 1.
So it told me there are no more level, sorry, there are no more heading level 1s on this page. So those are the, some shortcut keys that we use.
Target colon
You
expect.
see up here, I believe it's visible. I'm going to tab to it. So we can also use our tab key. And this is important, the tab key, for those who do have vision also, who are keyboard dependent because of their fine motor skills. There's something impairing them. It can be a wide range of things, or individuals who prefer to use a keyboard. But I'm going to tab.
Tab. Skip the main content same page link.
Can you see that on the screen, or it doesn't
Yes.
show? Okay, so it says skip to main content. These are what we call skip to links. So this is another way for, in particular, screen reader users to jump to what they say, jump to the main content of the page. So I'm going to hit the enter key on it, and it should take me to the heading 1 homepage or something like that for the main content on the page. You're probably asking, well, why is this skip to link? What's the reason or that? Well, if you, I believe on this page, you'll see like a navigation menu. There could be like advertising, on the top before you even get to the main content of the page. So this is just an easy way for users to skip all that and jump down to the main content of the page. Let's see if it works.
Enter. Home page heading level 1 clickable. Notification bar. Press Alt plus N.
We didn't need to hear that part. But anyway, so it said heading below 1 homepage. So it took us to the right spot. It took us to the main quote unquote content of the page. Does anybody want me to? One other quick point that I would like to make. So this is really important. We have find this that clients having troubles with this a lot. So assistive technology, in particular screen readers, just because what you see displayed on the screen doesn't mean it's always read or conveyed to a user that way. And what I mean by that is that assistive technology, again, in particular screen readers, takes the information from the HTML source code page. That's where it takes its information from to convey it to the user. So we just recently had a client where you see that home heading 1. They had some kind of heading, but it wasn't coded using the HTML level 1 heading tag. It was coded visually. It looked like it was in a larger font. It was bold, but they didn't use the HTML heading 1 tag. So my screen